Namaste viewers. This is the second part of the multiplier concept. In the earlier clipping, I explained to you the working of the multiplier through the table. Now this diagram, it expresses the multiplier concept through a diagram. So you observe that the AD is equal to AS at point E initially, that is the original AD is equal to the AS at E, and that will give you an income and employment equivalent to OY along the x-axis. Now, if there is a decision to increase autonomous investment, that would push the aggregate demand up. That would become C plus I plus change in I. So, AD will be pushed up and the new AD will be AD1. So, as a result of this, new AD1 and AS equilibrium will be at F. So, the new equilibrium is to the right of the original equilibrium E, and this new equilibrium at F, it will indicate the difference between the AD and the AD. This vertical distance you see here is shown as delta I, right? So, this delta I is the reason for this new AD. Original AD was C plus I, new AD is C plus I plus change in I. So, this additional investment, it causes an additional income also. If the income and employment was OY, now due to this shift in the AD or change in the investment, you see the new equilibrium is at F, and correspondingly the income and output employment level has also shifted from OY to OY1. So, this change in Y, right, is due to the change in I. Yeah, so that is what is a multiplier. Change in Y that is caused due to change in I. That is what is a multiplier, right? So, yeah, theoretically saying, any increase in the investment causes an increase in the income in the economy. It changes the employment, it causes an additional income, or you see that there is economic growth or development happening in the economy, right? So with that, I end this second part, a very short clipping. Now in the future, in some more videos, I'll explain to you the concept of excess aggregate demand and deficient aggregate demand, their causes and their corrections. Keep watching. Thank you.